Hi everybody, I'm Tim Dillinger, and I need your help. Back in 2012, I was on the phone with my friend Daryl Coley, and he directed me, we always talked about old music, and he directed me to the New York Community Choir, who I was born probably about 5 years too late to have known about. And I was completely taken with their sound. So in 2014, I went back to college, and when it was time to write my undergraduate thesis, I wanted to write about them because I was fascinated by their sound and their story, which I knew nothing of. And in beginning that work, I found the choir's co-founders that were still alive, Benny Diggs and Arthur Freeman, and began working on my thesis. And 3 years later, I graduated. And when I was finished with my 120-page thesis, I realized it was a much bigger story than that thesis could contain. So I've kept working on it through all of these years. I've interviewed Benny Diggs, the late Arthur Freeman, other members of the choir, their musicians, their producers. It's been an extensive work, and I am at that point in the journey where I'm ready to almost wrap up the research and start actually writing the book. And I am also the editor of soulmusic.com. I'm a contributing writer at a few other places. And I hold down a full-time job, and I'm needing to reorganize my life so that I can actually complete this project that is almost 10 years old. So I am starting this GoFundMe to ask for your support. If you are a lover of gospel music and those stories that haven't been told, this is definitely one of those. Not only is it the story of the New York Community Choir, it is also the story of Archbishop William Morris O'Neill, Pope, and Christian Tabernacle in New York, and Universal Tabernacle in Los Angeles, and a wide umbrella of today we use the terms affirming, we use the terms New Thought. Pope O'Neill and the New York Community Choir were all of those things 50 years ago, and that story needs to be in print. So I'm excited to start working on it, but I do need your support. Everything you can contribute helps. I'm going to be applying for grants and fellowships, and some donors are actually looking to match funds already raised. So I've set a goal, and I'm hoping that you can help me make it so that we can really tell this story in the way that it deserves to be told. Your funds are not just to help pay for my cost of living. It is also so I can hire an editor, so I can hire an indexer. I need an attorney to help me obtain one last piece of research that's being held by the government, and I need your help. Your funds will also help support NewYorkCommunityChoir.com. I've recently obtained the domain name, and I'm working with Benny Diggs, the choir's co-founder and director, and utilizing things from his collection to make the website a storage, an archive in a sense, of their story. You can actually go there and you'll see some of the events, the posters and flyers and promotional documents that I'll be referencing in the book. And so we want to share those resources with you and make this gospel music history accessible to everyone, and your funds will help support that work. Express Yourself in Me, Black Power, Gay Liberation, and Disco Heat with a Holy Ghost Touch is an important story that captures the past 60 years of gospel music, disco music, soul music, the Black arts movement, and New Thought, theology, affirming theology. And so many people have woven their way into the New York Community Choir and Bishop O'Neill's stories, and I can't wait to share them with you. Thank you for your support, and I'm grateful.